So thank you very much for joining me. Do you want to tell me a little bit about yourself first? Where are you from?
Yeah, hey, thanks for inviting me. Yeah, I'm from Germany. I've gotten into crypto a few years ago and somehow stumbled over influence and yeah, now I'm here build some applications that you might know. Adalia Info, Floodgate with Chavo. But yeah, mostly now playing the game and having fun there.
First question is where is home for you in the game at the moment?
Yeah, probably still AP.
Yeah.
Uh, So yeah, I that's where I started, obviously. As everyone started, and I just yeah built out my stuff here first because I do have some other asteroids. One I'm already developing, but the transfer window was like start of August, so I had like a couple weeks anyway to bridge before I could even get there. So that's why I built my AP operations, and yeah, I've scaled down a bit. I don't do any extractions there anymore, and as a result, not all of my refineries are like running, but we'll see if I move off at some point. Originally, I had like how much was it? Like 15, 20 extractors as well. But I just got annoyed with like handling those, and also like the crew that I have, also like Harvard citizens and stuff for miners. I just wanted to send them to the other asteroids that I'm building out. So basically, I just shipped the crew off. Mostly, so I couldn't run those sectors anyway, and then I just like, yeah, whatever. The raws are so cheap on the market, and other people are mining those, so why should I bother? And I also got some materials back to use them for other stuff. You see, I have a lot of shipyards. They needed a lot of materials. Steel is expensive, so
So what is left for you now on AP? What are you doing there?
yeah, it's basically only what you see here. So my main business currently is building propulsion modules and other ship modules. That's why I have 10 shipyards. You kind of really need those. Yeah, but yeah, start just have a bunch of refineries that I use at the start to process all the water and stuff. Now they're little bit less busy, but but yeah, mostly the shipyards are what's my main concern here.
And how's business for you in the ship mods or ship parts
Yeah, it's good.
trade?
I made all my money back, so that I spent. I'm actually
You're in the green on Sway.
yep,
Incredible. I wish I could say the same.
it's like 30% up or something. Yeah, yeah, man, proposal modules sell for a lot. I was selling. I sold one heavy transport, I think. So that's also a couple million.
Do you think the business that you're in on AP would be achievable for somebody just starting out in the game with starter pack?
No, no way. Uh, I mean, it depends. You can lease out shipyards, I guess, but it just takes a long time, and the raw materials on AP are just too expensive. If you're on a CMS type or something, and you get all the asset that you need somewhere cheap, then maybe you can work your way up. But I mean, you can build your own ship if you have enough time, and the raw materials just takes a long time. And in IP, it's just hard because yeah, you have to just buy the raw materials. Especially the aluminium is like expensive for
Yeah.
ships. For propulsion modules, you have some other stuff that's expensive, but
Tell us about your rock. What's the spectral type and what are you looking to do with it?
yeah, it's a CMS. I'm not quite sure what I exactly want to do, but I yeah, it rolled pretty decently. I kind of have almost everything I need. I do miss a good way to make hydrogen, so making fuel is gonna be a challenge, but it's a lot of water electrolysis. But it just takes a while, but it's doable. I have no bitumen, so yeah, base abundance mining is fun.
Very fun.
Yeah, I do have a bunch of, I mean, I can make a lot of steel. I have some feldspar. Currently, I'm just like recycling sulfur dioxide with the toilet chain
Yeah,
to get it up. I'm not sure how long that's gonna take, but I guess I have time anyway.
yeah,
But yeah, I just started here 1 month ago, so it's in the process. So I just sent 5 light transports with a spaceport, built a spaceport, and then the heavy transport was coming in with all the all the remaining building materials to, get up first, set up to make cement, then set up to make steel, then build a shipyard to make the fluid modules that I brought in parts, and now I yeah, fairly self-sufficient. Well, I'm not building like modules yet or anything, but at least I can make all the steel and cement I need. And I'm basically only kept by the modules that I brought for now, but I
yeah.
brought enough to basically have enough for my cruise to do that I have here. So just live in a shuttle. Yeah.
How many crews do you got running on this rock?
Yeah, it's only 4.
Yeah,
So I have a scientist crew to, do the refining stuff. I have a engineer crew that does the stuff. I don't care about secondaries or, the factory or shipyard jobs. And just 2 mining crews, one with 5 that are good at prospecting. So they do all the core samples, and when they have time, they also do some extracting at another crew that just does the extracting. That's all what fits in a shuttle. Yeah.
so when this is fully built out, what, will your goals be after that? Or have you got other rocks that you're, expanding to as well?
Yes, I yesterday I sent a fleet to another rock. So I already have my already sent the shuttle there a while ago to scan the rock, and yesterday I sent out my 5 light transports plus heavy transport to colonize it. They're gonna arrive in a week, I think. And yeah, this is a CIS rock, so getting some sulfur dioxide is gonna gonna be nice to have that for free after buying millions of it on IP. Um, That's also nice bonuses, although the 30% rare earth yield is kinda wasted because I actually don't have those resources.
Oh, that's such a bummer.
Yeah, but, you don't need much of those anyway if you need them, so it's like, so at least your base abundance mining goes faster.
So you've got no rare earths,
Nope.
hotspots. Bummer.
Yeah, but it could have been way worse, right? People got shafted way worse than this. Mostly I'll, yeah, focus on making assets here, and then I'll see. I do have the means of making steel here locally with Olivine, but it's gonna take a while, so I packed a few bit more steel than I technically needed, just so it doesn't take ages to get set up. But yeah, I'm not super sure how it's gonna pan out, but we'll see. I'll probably just see if I can like trade with other rocks in nearby. So I probably won't need all that acid here myself that I can make. But yeah, I got plenty of water. I think calcite is like a bit difficult, but I only need that once to make cement, and then you're kinda fine anyway. In terms of crew, I basically have the same setup here than I have on my other rock. So bec so it's what is it? Yeah, it's almost, yeah, the remaining crews are on their way, so it's gonna be kinda the exact same setup here. I think
Yeah.
it's fairly probably the best that you can do in a shuttle.
So for your CMS and your CIS, like the two in tandem, are you building them with much intentionality as far as a plan for what like product you want to manufacture? Or are you just having fun building?
Yeah, I haven't made super detailed plans, so I'll just see where it goes. I have some more time. It takes a while to get set up and to just get all the essentials started, right? And then
Yeah.
I'll see what happens. See who's nearby, who I can trade with, what they need, then probably depends a bit on that.
Have you started that process yet of looking at who is close?
I haven't looked yet, actually. I looked for my other rock, and there weren't any good trading partners nearby.
Mm.
Or at least no I-types that I can import some assets from, unfortunately, so I'm stuck recycling Trollite, but we'll see. I love this bug. It looks so fun. So ugly.
How are you feeling in general right now about the game as it is after Exploitation release?
Yeah, I think the launch has been good. Like, there were no, I mean, everything works, which is not a given. Given is that it's like a fairly, innovative game with a lot of new technologies mixed in. And yeah, with the recent Darknet upgrades, it's really been way more fun to play. So you don't stare at like loading indicators all day.
Oh, you're talking about block time improvements for Stagnant.
Yeah, when you do an action, it used to take like sometimes half a minute or a minute to complete, which
Yeah.
is annoying if you just wanna move some stuff from one warehouse to another, so you can run that one process, and so you can't do it in parallel. Then you have to wait, and then you have to finish the action as well, which also took a bit of time. So that's the kind of stuff that is really much easier now. It's still not super perfect, but I think it's like usable.
You mentioned that sort of a couple of times the length of time actions take, like getting from AP to your rocks. How are you feeling about that pace?
Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, it's meant to be this way, right? I think it's still. I mean, it can take a long time. Obviously, if you have like a bad window or so, then gonna be on the road for a while. For example, the trip to this asteroid with my almost fully loaded light transports takes a week. Although I'm flying to conserve fuel, I could have made it in like 4 days if I burned all of it. But then
Mm,
getting back would have been an issue. Um, because so this one has another transfer window next month, which is not as good as the current one, but it's doable. And I kind of don't want to have 5 light transport chilling here for nothing, so I'm gonna send them back then. And I wasn't sure if I would be able to make fuel in time for this. Uh, so I basically flew them there with 50% of the tank, burning half of that, so I have a quarter tank left, and that's gonna be enough to make it back to AP there. It's gonna take like 2 or 3 weeks, depending on if I load something in or not. I might just stuff them with SO2 if I can, so to feed my AP operations a bit, and because then the next good window is gonna be next year to AP. So, uh, yeah, so if the travel times for like a week are like completely fine, I think. To go back
yeah,
to the question, you have other stuff to do. But yeah, when it takes like 2 or 3 weeks, then it gets a bit annoying. But obviously, that's just how it works. You're not forced to take those trips, right?
yeah.
The more people build out their rocks, the more other options you have to fly to. So you probably won't have the need for those long trips in the future. It's just when you want to get to your own rock initially, maybe you have a bit of a longer trip, or if you just wanna, or maybe you just wanna fly super slow because just don't care when stuff arrives
Yeah,
and you just wanna save on fuel. It's also fine, but then that's a gameplay decision you make, and then you can't complain, right? So,
you can complain indeed. Is there anything that you feel is missing from the game that you feel should be in there or improvements that you want to see?
I think I'm really looking forward to like the crew XP things. I
Me too.
think that's gonna be a lot of fun because it gives you a like feeling of progression that is currently a bit more abstract, also because of the slow pace of the game. You build a few more buildings maybe, but at some point you don't really build that more new buildings because you build all buildings that you can effectively manage with your crews, right? And then it's just the progress is your sway balance hopefully going up, but maybe also not because you're still investing. So you don't really see progress. And if you see level ups in your crews and stuff, I think it's very motivating generally to people.